Hello, everybody! It has been ages! I bet you guys thought I would never get back to this. But I said I would after Umineko, and here we are. Welcome, Nagels, Komida, Apparition, Owe, James. Oh my god. We are back in Hinamizawa, ready to tackle the console arcs. For those who don't know what those are, aside from the 8 or 9, as you would say, original Higurashi arcs. You think the game is too quiet? It's just it's the cicada sounds, but it is very quiet right here. Aside from the 8 or 9 original arcs, there were several console exclusive arcs that were brought out completely for the various console releases of Higurashi. And I played one forever ago at the beginning of this channel. The only videos I ever did that weren't a stream was the very first set, Tatarigoroshi, which was an alternate ending to Onikakushi. The one I'm going to do today is called Tsukiotoshi, which is the alternate ending to damn it. What's it called again? I keep forgetting what the Tatarigoroshi. And now you might be thinking, okay, so they're all alternate endings to the other. Nope, just those two. The other ones I think actually sound a lot more interesting and involve original characters in Hinamizawa. The various some even connect. Like I know 4 of them connect. But this is the last of the alternate ending ones. So, by the way, thank you to 07th Mod for making this possible. They are the ones who made this entire thing available to even play, which I think is incredible. So, I already did Taramawashi forever ago. Now it's Tsukiotoshi. Then we will be doing Yoigoshi. And in the order we will be doing Sometsushi, Kageboshi, and Tokyogushi, followed by Miyotsukushi Omote, which is an alternate ending to the entire series. Police Case Files, I believe, is extra stuff from this whole arc. And, alright, let's get started with Tsukiotoshi. Exorcism. Yep, this chapter is an alternate take on Tatarigoroshi. It can be read after that. Keiichi and friends work together to help Satoko after her uncle returns to Hinamizawa once again.
幸せになるために彼らは命を懸けて努力した。お互いがお互いを分かり合い、固い信頼で結びついていたはずだった。優しさ、思いやり、信頼、愛情、そんな思いが裏返って白から黒へと変わっていった時、絆はもろくも崩れ去って思いもしなかった悪夢が彼らを包み込んで心の闇をさらけ出していく。突き落とし、誰も憎んでいたわけじゃなかった。ただほんの少しの誤解が全てを変えてしまった。
I really hope you were able to read that. Oh, here we go. Committing a crime isn't scary. The scary thing is admitting it. Being punished isn't scary. The scary thing is knowing the pain of it. Neither crime nor punishment will disappear from this world, because humans are unable to know the future. Someone we know very well now, Frederica Bernkastel. How many days has this gone on? Satoko's seat was empty again today. As we sat near Satoko's seat, we couldn't help but look in its direction. Nevertheless, we all implicitly continued carrying on, like everything was normal. Of course, it's no big deal. I'm sure she just has a cold. Satoko will return tomorrow and show us her usual innocent smile. Yet I couldn't help but feel lingering unease pooling in the bottom of my heart. Something was going on with Satoko. There was no doubt about it. In that case, sitting idly by with our hands behind our backs won't accomplish anything, right? Everyone else was probably thinking the same thing, looking down at Satoko's empty seat and sighing profusely. Oh, I thought I changed the sprites over. There we go. I like the I can make the text box more transparent. Let's see. Text box opacity, yep. Here we go. Much better, much better. Thanks. I'm sorry to this. I love the Steam sprites. I really do. I think they're adorable. I just love how detailed they are. Everyone else is probably thinking the same thing, looking down at Satoko's empty seat and sighing profusely. This stagnant atmosphere was becoming unbearable.
サトコは今日も休みなのか?
Is Satoko absent again today? Rika-chan bit her lip and turned her eyes downward as she nodded to me. A response she'd already repeated several times now.
リカちゃん、知ってるなら教えてくれ。
Rika-chan, if you know something, tell me.
サトコは今どうしてるんだ?
What's going on with Satoko right now?
こんなに休んで、一体何があったんだ?
What on earth is causing her to keep missing school?
もうどうしようもないのです。
Well, at this point, it can't be helped. Can't be helped? Those words seem to negate the past, the present, and the future. All of it. More than anything, I was amazed to hear those words straight from the mouth of Rika-chan, who was closer to Satoko than anyone else.
どうしようもないって。
It can't be helped?
それはどういう意味だ?
What do you mean by that? Rika-chan remained silent and avoided answering my question. Rika-chan was definitely taking this the hardest. Deep down, I understood that. But with all the blood rushing through my head, calm, rational decision-making was no longer possible. Yes, the can't-be-helped counter. Yes, apparition. I wish I had some kind of counter I could do, because that we've already had it a couple of times now. The console arcs seem to love that phrase.
訳を教えてくれ。
Tell me what's going on.
結果だけ言われても、俺は納得できないぞ。
Until I hear that, I can't accept this.
リカちゃん、何か知ってるんだろ?
Rika-chan, you know something, don't you?
なって。
You do! As my words grew more piercing, Rika-chan's shoulders tensed in fear. Still, she wouldn't look away from me. With a look like she was giving up, she closed her mouth. I quickly dialed back the pressure and regained my composure with an ache in my chest.
ごめん、リカちゃん。
I'm sorry, Rika-chan.
俺、興奮しすぎた。
I got carried away. I apologized sincerely. I wasn't alone here. Rika-chan felt the same way. Thinking about it that way, I couldn't help but feel embarrassed and apologize once more.
ケイチは悪くないのです。
Keiichi, you're not a bad person.
謝る必要はないのです。
There's no need to apologize. Rika-chan briefly shook her head, then looked down with a shadow hanging over her eyes. Once again, the classroom was enveloped in deep silence. Because the person who was supposed to be here wasn't here. Everyone was upset by Satoko's sudden, inexplicable absence. I was surprised myself to realize how much Satoko's absence had shaken my heart. And then it inevitably reminded me of how helpless I am, how insignificant, I'm just a common student, a powerless kid.
ひょっとして
Oh, hello, baby girl. Oh, it's been ages since I've seen you.
creepy?
Suddenly, the silence was broken. Rena's eyes were open wide, like she had just thought of something.
さとこちゃんのおじさんが帰ってきたんじゃ。 Did Satoko-chan's uncle come back?
Uncle. After that one unexpected word, Rika-chan looked down, and her shoulders began to tremble. Nevertheless, Rena moved in closer and crouched down to look her in the eyes. I recognized that she was doing this gesture to alleviate Rika-chan's tension.
さとこちゃんのおじさん帰ってきたのかな
Oh, I missed you so much!
Satoko's uncle has returned, hasn't he?
The Rika-chan remained silent, neither confirming nor denying anything. When Rena noticed that reaction, she barely managed to give Rika-chan a smile, but there was still a precarious light in her eyes.
レナ、それどういうことだよ。
Rena, what does that mean?
おじさんって何なんだよ。
What's this about her uncle? Rena looked quietly back towards Rika-chan. Nevertheless, she remained silent. When Rena saw that reaction, she looked down and quietly began to speak.
3年前のことだよ。
It's been 3 years now.
さとこちゃんの両親が事故で亡くなった後、おじ夫婦が2人の保護者になったの。
After Satoko-chan's parents passed away in an accident, her aunt and uncle became her legal guardians.
そしてそのままさとこちゃんの家に住むようになった。
And then they moved into Satoko-chan's house.
It was an incredible story, far beyond anything I could imagine. Satoko's aunt and uncle became her guardians and took over her house at the same time. Satoko and Satoshi were relegated to a tiny room and forced to spend their days in terrible living conditions. Their aunt and uncle could never stop arguing with each other, and they would often vent their frustrations by taking it out on Satoko. What form did that take? Rena went quiet, so I was left to my imagination. I'm glad they're not repeating the story, because we were told in a lot of detail in Tatarigoroshi. So it's nice that they don't have to repeat it in such detail, because they know that the player already knows this information, and that, repeating it would just be kind of redundant. So Satoko was cornered, both physically and mentally. However, her aunt was murdered, and Satoshi went missing last year on the night of Otanagashi. Satoko's uncle fled the town immediately afterwards, fearing the curse of Oyashiro-sama. Though Satoko had been feeling lonely ever since, living a peaceful life with Rika-chan had helped her heal those wounds. However,
のこのこ帰ってきたんだ。
Coming back now, like, it's no big deal.
あの男は北条哲平という男は本当に乱暴でガサツでひどいやつ。
That man, honestly, Teppei Hojo is a savage brute.
強い者には媚びへつらって弱い者で憂さ晴らし。
Sucking up to the powerful while terrorizing the feeble.
思い出すだけでヘドが出そう。
Just thinking about him disgusts me.
this is Tsukiotoshi, Les Miserables. Welcome to the stream, by the way. This is a console arc, alternate ending to Tatarigoroshi. Those harsh words didn't sound like Rena. Satoko's uncle must have truly been horrendous.
きっとまた懲りずにさとこちゃんをこき使って、そして
I'm sure he hasn't changed. He's taking advantage of Satoko-chan, even now.
今の話、本当なのか？
Everything you're telling me, is it all true?
だったら早く助けないと。
If that's the case, we need to help her right away.
このままじゃサトコは。
We can't let this happen to Satoko. Okay, it will repeat stuff, but it goes into far less detailed than Tatarigoroshi. That makes sense too. Wow, you can actually get this before the ending to Tatarigoroshi? That's incredible. Jeez.
わかってる。
I know,
でもそう簡単にはいかないんだよね。
but it's not that simple, right?
みーちゃん、
Mi-chan?
After saying that, Rena looked back with a look of disgust on her face. Mion had been standing there silently the whole time. She fumbled to maintain her composure after suddenly hearing her name.
やるだけ無駄。
Anything we try would be useless.
そう思ってるんだよね。
You feel the same way, don't you?
みーちゃんは。
Mi-chan?
そこまでは思ってないけど、状況は優しくないよ。
I wouldn't go quite that far, but the situation isn't so simple. The situation isn't so simple. I didn't understand what she was getting at, so I began to open up my mouth, but just then Rena cut in with an explanation.
去年も同じことがあってね。
The same thing happened last year.
おじさん夫婦がさとこちゃんにひどいことしてるってみんなで沖宮の生活相談所に訴えたの。
Everyone appealed to the Child Consultation Center in Okunomiya and told them that Satoko's aunt and uncle were mistreating her.
でもさとこちゃん自身が何もされてないって言い張ってうやむやになって。
I see. Yeah, it's going into far less detail. You too, Les Mis? Yeah, this is actually the Steam. These are actually the Steam sprites. I prefer them too, honestly. I think Rena looks adorable, and I love how detailed they are.
But unfortunately, Satoko-chan herself told them that nothing was going on, so the issue was never addressed.
それから二人の嫌がらせは逆にエスカレートしちゃったの。
On the contrary, the two of them suffered even more harassment afterwards.
The previous intervention only resulted in even more cruelty. Indeed, if that was how it happened, I could understand why they were hesitant to step in again. Then what? What else can we do?
私たちがジタバタしたからって何も変えられないってことだよ。
After all our struggling, we couldn't change anything. Yeah, I think I'm going to use the Belpha. I think I'm going to use the Belphegor voice for Mion, because yeah, I think that fits her. I think I've finally nailed down a good voice for Mion.
悲しいけどさ、
It's so depressing.
でもサトシ君は変えようとした。
But Satoshi-kun tried to change things.
After that one word from Rena, silence once again swallowed the classroom. Then all at once everyone turned to her. Holding their breath, they gazed at her like she had violated a sacred rule.
だからサトシ君は
Because Satoshi-kun...
Rena's words were interrupted by the sound of a fist violently slamming down on a desk.
その話はやめろって前にも言ったでしょ。
I told you before, stop talking about that! Rena and Mion were the best of friends, but the two of them were staring each other down in a fit of rage. How strange. Something, no, everything seems completely out of place here, like a scene from another world. Until now, I believed that we were all the best of friends. Ordinarily, Mion would be the one taking the initiative, with Rena being supportive. But now the scene before my eyes felt completely the opposite. What on earth? It feels like the gears are out of alignment. I've never seen this before, and I never thought I'd see them act this way. It filled my heart with disappointment and unease. Even so, this was no time to hold back. This was a serious problem, and it would only get worse.
ここで言い合いしてる場合じゃないだろ
This argument doesn't matter right now.
なんとかしてサトコを救い出す方法を考えないと
We need to think of a way to help Satoko, somehow.
でもどうやって？
But how?
一度失敗してるんだよ。
We failed once before.
子供の私たちに何ができるっていうの、ケイちゃん。
We're just kids, Kei-chan. What can we do?
俺たちにだって何かできることはあるはずだ
Even for us, there must be something we can do. Yep, I absolutely... Wow, Les Mis, you think the same as me. I prefer the Umineko PS3 style, and I for Umineko and Higurashi, I prefer this style.
みんなで考えを出し合えばきっと
If we all put our minds to it, I'm sure. Though I said that, I couldn't think of anything concrete. Miranda said that they appealed to Child Consultation Center last year to there's a typo here. But the center decided that their family problem should be settled within the family. So in the end, nothing came of it. I see. This is kind of like a Cliff Notes version of the conversation from Tatarigoroshi. Total strangers are really limited in what they can do for us. In fact, there was a possibility that meaningless self-righteous behavior would only exacerbate Satoko's suffering. In that case, instead of appealing to the Child Consultation Center, it would be more effective for us to do something else for Satoko. That's right! There was an organization more powerful than the Child Consultation Center. A single group capable of wielding all the power in Hinamizawa. Yes, the Sonozaki family. Surely something could be accomplished by harnessing the power of the three families leading the village. Hello, T. Welcome to the stream.
Mio.
Mion.
お前、園崎家の次期当主なんだろ
You're next in line to lead the Sonozaki family, right?
だったら有力者に頼んで、貞子を救い出してくれよ
So ask some influential people to help Satoko.
何言ってるのケイちゃん。
What are you talking about, Kei-chan?
次期当主だからってそんなこと簡単にできるわけないでしょ。
Even if I'm the future head of the family, I can't do something like that so easily.
どうしてだよ
Why not?
役所とかでも園崎家の鶴の一声で動くんだろ
Doesn't the Sonozaki family have representatives in government offices?
だったら貞子を一人助けるなんて簡単なことじゃないのか
Shouldn't it be easy to help a single person like Satoko?
だから無理なことは無理。
Because impossible means impossible.
無茶言って困らせないでよ。
Don't waste my time saying something so absurd.
Mion's words left me utterly helpless, as if she was completely dismissing me. Her cold attitude only made me feel more uncomfortable. Impossible? Absurd? How could she decide that right from the beginning? Besides, at times like this, isn't Mion usually the one to push us forward?
ミオ
Mion!
お前さっきからどっちの味方なんだよ
After what you said just now, whose side are you even on here?
どっちって。
Whose side?
お前がその気になって動けば御三家だってどうにでもなるんじゃないのか
If you made the first move, wouldn't the three families support you?
村の誰かを守るためなら全員で戦うのがひなみ沢じゃなかったのか
Wouldn't Hinamizawa stand together to protect someone from the village? Mion wore a grim expression as she let out a hoarse moan. I understand. It's frustrating to hear someone say it so directly, isn't it? But that submissive attitude touched a nerve, so I pushed her even harder.
ただ黙って見てるだけはねえだろ
We can't stay quiet on this.
現に貞子は傷ついてるんだぞ
Satoko is truly suffering.
だけど前は聡子自身が拒絶した。否定したんだよ。
But Satoko herself refused help last time. Do you deny that?
今回だってまた同じことの繰り返しに決まってる。
Even if we choose to help, it'll only be a repeat of last time.
繰り返さないためにも何とかしようよ。
We can't repeat the same mistakes, but we have to do something.
このままじゃさとこちゃん本当に危険だよ。
As things are right now, Satoko is in real danger.
説得するしかないのか貞子を
Is there anything we can do to persuade Satoko?
あのね、決定を下すのは私たちじゃない。
Well, that's not our decision alone to make.
いろんな人のいろんな意見があって、いろんな見方があるんだよ。
Everyone has their own opinions and points of view.
ケイちゃん、事の深刻さ分かってる？
Kei-chan, do you understand how serious this is?
これって一人の人間の人生に関わる重大なことなんだよ。
This will have an impact on a person's entire life.
分かってないのはミオンの方だろ
You're the one I don't understand, Mion.
じゃああんたは承知の上かよ、前原圭一。
Holy shit, my god, they have never been this hostile to each other. Jesus Christ. Well, I agree with you there, Keiichi Maibara! Mion suddenly looked up. She looked straight into my eyes, like she was staring down an enemy.
本当はケイちゃん、ヒーローを気取って楽しんでるだけじゃないの？
Honestly, Kei-chan, do you just enjoy parading about like a hero?
レナは心優しい魔法使い？
And Rana, the kind-hearted magician.
バッカみたい。あんたたちこそ偽善者だよ。
Idiots! You're all acting like hypocrites!
ひどいよみーちゃん。
Mion, what's gotten into you? Oh my god.
That's an awful thing to say, Mi-chan.
ひどい。
Awful.
私が非道だってんなら、あんたたちは下道だよ。
I'm the one being treated inhumanely here!
ごたごたごたく並べるばっか。
Saying whatever you like, stirring up trouble!
何かあったら園崎園崎って。
Shouting Sonozaki, Sonozaki, anytime something happens!
園崎は魔法使いか？
You think Sonozakis are magicians?
神様か？
Gods!
そのくせ自分たちは言うだけで自分の手は汚さないつもりなんでしょ？
No, that's the Ferudis. You make demands of me, but you're not willing to dirty your own hands over this, are you?
卑怯なくせに私に説教するな。
Don't preach to me about cowardice!
都合のいい時だけ園崎の名前に頼って。
Damn, I have never seen Mion this mad. You just rely on the Sonozaki name whenever it's convenient for you!
もうたくさん、もういい加減にしてよ。
That's it! I've had enough!
ミオン
Mion. Shion's here. God, I love this sprite so much. Suddenly, the classroom door slid open. Shion was standing at the doorway. Her face looked pale, and she seemed visibly exhausted for some reason.
非道ですか。それどころじゃないですね。
Inhumane. Huh. That's not quite it.
そんなんじゃ足りない。この人には。
That's not enough for her.
だってお姉は鬼なんでしょ？
Because Sis is a demon, isn't she?
つま先からてっぺんまで血の一滴一滴までね。
All the way from her head to her toes, in every drop of her blood.
シオン
Shion,
お前なんでここに
what are you doing here? Slam. Shion violently slammed the door, then threw a glare in Mion's direction.
ちょっとね、聡子のことでお姉に相談を。
I've spoken with Sis about Satoko's situation.
って思いましたけど、どうやら無駄みたいですね。
I've thought about it, but it all seems useless.
聡子のご両親、つまり北条家がダム誘致賛成派だったことはご存知ですよね。
Yeah, so this is basically like an abridged version of the conversation they had around this time in Tatarigoroshi. Only Shion is more involved. I think Shion barely did anything in Tatarigoroshi originally. Did you know that Satoko's parents were strong proponents of the dam project?
なんとなくだけどうん
Something like that, yeah.
当時、北条家以外のほぼ全員がダムに断固反対していた。
At the time, Almost everyone other than the Hojo family was strongly opposed to the dam.
彼らにとって北条家は裏切り者に過ぎません。
As far as they're concerned, the Hojos are just traitors,
特に園崎家にとってはね。
especially in the eyes of the Sonozaki family.
北条家は四面楚歌でした。
The Hojo family had the entire town against them.
当初は交流断絶くらいの報復だったはずが、だんだんエスカレートして。
Yeah, she did, Nagels. But that was her only scene, basically, in the original Tatarigoroshi, yeah. It was a minor feud at first, but things gradually escalated.
完全な無視と冷遇へと様変わりしていきました。
It gradually transformed into people treating them coldly, or outright ignoring them.
事情は今でも変わりません。
And even now, the circumstances haven't changed.
だからひなみ沢の人間は北条家のいざこざに口を出したりしない。
So the people of Hinamizawa won't stand up for a member of the Hojo family.
もちろん聡子がどうなろうとね。
Of course, that goes for Satoko too, right?
特に園崎家はそういう態度なんですよね。
Let's see what that... My god, you're right, her hand is really bent out of shape. Holy fuck. Damn. I don't want to look at it anymore. Jeez. But the rest of the sprite is great. It's just her hand. My god, her hand is in a weird position. Out in the Sonozaki family would be the most opposed, wouldn't they?
でもダムに賛成してたのは貞子の両親だろ。
But Satoko's parents were the ones who supported the dam, right?
だったら貞子には関係ないじゃないか。
If that's the case, none of that should apply to Satoko. However, Shion only responded to my rebuttal with a commiserating smile. Then,
ここはひなみ沢なんですよ。
this is Hinamizawa. Oh, I can press P to look at the other sprites. There's the original Shion. And there is Alchemist Shion, who, for some reason, I don't know why, Alchemist Shion always wears different clothes. She's the only character like that. All her clothes are different. You can see that manga gamer Shion and Ryukushi Shion wear the same clothes. But for some reason, I don't know why, Alchemist Shion wears different clothes. And I just love how detailed the Alchemist sprites are. Yeah, the hand is weird. But I just love how detailed this sprite is. I love her little devilish smile right here. It's like all the reasons why I love Shion are just like in this face. This is Hinamizawa. That one sentence dismissed my ideals as a shallow construct and nothing more than an empty fantasy. Yes, this is Hinamizawa. Everything I've come to believe as common sense doesn't apply here. This village has a power strong enough to make the entire village believe crows are white from the bottom of their hearts. Like magic. In other words, if the Sonozaki family refuses to alter their position, nothing will change.
私も園崎本家とかに掛け合ってみたんですけどね。
You definitely have,
全然ダ
Shion.
メ。
Oh god, we know she did. Oh god. I've tried negotiating with the head of the Sonozaki family myself, but it's completely useless.
まあ八方塞がりってやつですよ。
That hag simply refuses to listen to anyone. After those harsh words, Shion laughed helplessly. Even so, I could gather from her exhausted expression that she did her best and fought as long as she could. Shion was always fighting in secret, all on her own, never complaining to anyone. I felt ashamed and anxious about my inability to do anything.
そんなこと言うためにわざわざここまで来たの。
By the way, if you want to see the other Mion sprites, here's Ryukushi Mion and Alchemist Mion. Again, I just love Steam Mion. Although I think her boobs look really a bit weird here, but which is why, like in some cases, I prefer Alchemist Mion. But except for the weird way her boobs look, I really do prefer the very detailed look of Steam Mion. She kind of reminds me of how detailed the Umineko PS3 Alchemist sprites are. That's true, yeah. The Shion here never doesn't wear that classroom sprite, those classroom clothes until Minagoroshi. Yeah, in the standard arcs. Did you come all the way here just to say that?
お疲れ様だったね、シオン。
Thanks a lot, Shion.
お姉はずっとこのことから目を背けてきた。
You're always turning your eyes the other way, sis.
だから私が言ってあげたんじゃないですか。
And that's why I had to say something.
言い終わった？
Is that all you have to say?
なら早く帰りなよ、シオン。
Then you should hurry up and head home, Shion.
ここにはあんたの席なんてない。
There's no place for you here. The difference, Oe, is that while in Umineko it's distracting, in here it's not. Oh, thank you for subbing. Somebody with a Russian name subbed to me. I can't read it. I'm so sorry, but thank you for the sub. Like, that's the difference between the Steam. Also, the Steam Umineko has rather odd-looking faces, while the Steam Higurashi has very lovely-looking faces, I think. I think the faces look very striking. And I love the shadows and the detail. Like, yeah, the boobs on Neon look a bit weird, but I think everything else looks just fantastic. There's no place for you here.
お姉は育児なしですね、ほんと。
Honestly, sis, you're such a chicken.
ばあさんのお許しが出なきゃ何一つ言えない。
You can't say anything without Granny's permission.
何一つできない。
You're a-
臆病者の負け犬です。
You're a coward who can't do anything.
シオン、
Shion!
あんたにそこまで言う資格はないよ。
That was uncalled for!
よくも私にそんなことが言えたもんだね。
How can you say that to me? Then Neon clenched her fists as she stared Shion down.
忘れたとは言わせないよ、シオン。
You can't say you've forgotten, Shion.
私が今までどんな気持ちで生きてきたか。
The way I felt all this time.
シオン、あんたは知ってるでしょ。
Shion, you know.
そんなの知らない。
I don't know what you're talking about.
だって私はミオンじゃない。
What an interesting phrase. Because I'm not you, Mion.
寺に放り込まれた方のシオンですものね。
My God! Wow! Damn! I'm Shion, the one who was cast aside.
シオン、あんた。
Shion, you...
だけど、これだけは言えます。
But I can only say this.
もしも私がお姉だったら黙っていない。
If I was in your position, I wouldn't stay silent.
仲間の窮地を知りながら、見て見ぬふりなんてことは絶対しない。
Don't look away and pretend you know nothing about your friend's suffering.
シオン、
Shion,
次期当主。
you're the next head of the family.
聞いて呆れますね。
How absurd. My God, I think the Eva voice really does fit her with all the things she's been saying.
園崎家だけじゃない。ひなみ沢全体にものすごい影響力を持ちながら何もしないんじゃ。
You have a tremendous influence, not only in the Sonozaki family, but all across Hinamizawa, and yet you still do nothing!
当主なんてただのお飾りってことです。
You're nothing but a figurehead in your position! Shion's scathing remarks left me on speechless. As I listened to Shion's attacks, I felt her criticisms were probably valid.
あれ？何も言い返せない？
What's
ひょっと
that?
して泣いてます？
What's that? You have nothing to say? Maybe you're crying about it.
ざまあないですねおね。
Serves you right, sis.
園崎の次期ご当主様はこの程度でメソメソしちゃう臆病なお飾りさんなんですか？
The next head of the Sonozaki family is this feeble, whimpering coward! Shion's dry laughter echoed through the classroom. Everyone fell silent after that display of blind force. Then, after looking around the classroom, she continued venting her frustrations. Yeah, in that scene in Umineko, it sounded like Sonozaki, but it wasn't. It was a very similar sounding name that Krauss was ranting about.
そうですよね。
Right, that's right!
どうせあなたたちにとっては人事ですし。
That's it. Keep acting like it's someone else's problem!
だからそうやって同情したふりして犠牲者気取って。
So, pretend to sympathize and continue being a hypocrite!
全部ふり。
Fake everything!
お芝居なんでしょ？
Because it's all an act to you, isn't it?
そうやっていつまでもうじうじとやってればいいのです。
You can keep that up forever!
とりあえずかわいそうかわいそうって口だけで念仏みたいに唱えてれば満足でしょうよ。
Just say something sympathetic and offer a prayer to ease your conscience! Damn! My god, this is peak Shion right here! Oh my god, Shion just coming in, reminding me why she is second best girl for me. My god! Oh, this is peak Shion. I gotta say right now, I am enjoying this a hell of a lot more than Tadai Mawashi. My god. Seriously. This is like all the reasons why I love Shion, just right here. Just right here. After saying that in a gruff voice, Shion decided she didn't want to waste any more time and began to make her way out of the classroom. Ouch! Kei-chan. I immediately tried to stop her, so I stretched my hand out toward her shoulder, but she suddenly turned back, and my hand made contact with Shion's cheek. Oh, he slapped her by accident, Keiichi. Oh god. The combination of movements caused my hand to slap her. Oh my god! Oh boy! Oh, Shion! How terrible.
悪い。
My bad!
大丈夫か？
Are you okay?
こんなお姉の肩なんか持って。
If you need a shoulder to lean on, turn to sis! After saying that, Shion rushed out of the room without waiting for a response.
待てって、勘違いするな、シオン。
Wait, Shion, don't get the wrong idea! I rushed out after her. Then I moved in front of Shion and stretched out my hands to block her path. Shion lightly clicked her tongue, then changed directions and opened the window. She then placed her hand on the window frame and jumped into the yard outside. Woo! God damn! Oh my god! Oh yeah, Shion. Oh my god, I missed you, girl! Oh my god, soul sister! Woo! Oh god, I love Shion so goddamn much.
おい、シオン。
She's did a lot of things wrong in certain timelines, but damn, I love her so much. Hey, Shion! I jumped out the window to chase after her. Shion continued desperately trying to run away. Then, crossing the schoolyard at incredible speed, we both made our way toward the school gate.
もうついてこないで。
Stop following me!
ケイちゃんなんか、ケイちゃんなんか。
Why, Kei-chan, why?
だから待ってくれって。
Then please stop!
少しだけでいいから、俺の話を聞いてくれ。
Please just listen to me for a second!
聞いても無駄です。
Even if I listen, it's all pointless!
ケイちゃんもお姉と同じなんです。
Kei-chan, you're just like sis!
俺は貞子を助けるつもりだ。
I'm going to help Satoko.
どんな手を使ってでも絶対助ける。
I'm not sure what I can do, but I absolutely will help her.
口先だけなら何とでも言えますよ。
You can say that, but it's all just an empty promise!
本心はどうだか。
That's how you feel? From the bottom of your heart?
口先なんかじゃねえ。
It's not an empty promise.
お前が俺の本当の心ってやつを見たいって言うなら、この場で心臓引きずり出してやるさ。
If you want to see my heart, I'll tear it out right here in front of you. Oh my god, Shion! After that declaration, Shion finally began to slow down. Sensing the opportunity, I desperately pumped my arms and kicked up my feet. Then I somehow managed to catch up and reached out to grab Shion's right hand. After that move, she finally came to a halt.
ケイちゃん、今の言葉
Kei-chan,
本当ですか？
do you really mean what you said just now? Shion's voice was hoarse from heavy breathing. I silently responded with a forceful nod.
じゃあ見せてください。
Then, please show me. Huh?
ケイちゃんの心臓、私見てみたいです。
Your heart. Show me your heart, Kei-chan.
それは
Well... I couldn't believe my ears. I thought she was joking for a moment there, but Shion turned to me with cold eyes and a blank expression.
お前マジに言ってるのか？
You mean that seriously?
やっぱり口先だけですね。
Just as I thought. An empty promise.
違うって。
You're wrong!
それくらい真剣だってことを伝えたかったんだ俺は。
I was trying to tell you that I'm serious about this, and I am!
どいつもこいつも口先だけのザレ言ばっかり。
Everybody always makes meaningless, empty promises!
嘘しかつけないのならいっそ永遠に黙って何も喋るな。
If all you can do is lie, it'll be better for you never to say anything at all! After glaring at me with hatred in her eyes, Shion quickly turned her back and headed out the school gate. Seeing her from behind, it was a clear refusal. I had nothing left to say to her, so I couldn't do anything to stop her. But as I surveyed my surroundings, I noticed something off in the distance. Was I unprepared? Absolutely, Archie Rit. By the way, welcome to the stream. I love Shion's Steam Sprite. Absolutely. Best twin, no contest. Although Mion's great too, but Shion is my soul sister. Seriously, just like, Rana is my baby girl. I love both of them so goddamn much. Was I unprepared? Okay, understandable, Archie. Were my words nothing but lies? Are you going to accept that, Kichi Mabara? No excuses. I'm genuinely concerned about Satoko. I'll do anything to help her. Then in that case...
おいシオン。
Hey, Shion!
え？
Huh? I firmly clenched my fists, then dashed over to that something I noticed on the ground by the storehouse. Shion turned back with a look of astonishment. She couldn't comprehend my sudden behavior. I picked it up, a large pair of gardening shears. Then I took a deep breath and held the blades over my chest. The two dark blades were cut dull and covered in rust, and they eerily glistened in the bright sunlight.
ケイちゃん、何する気なんですか？
Kei-chan, what do you think you're doing?
ちょっと何しようって言うんですか？
See, I love this expression. All our expressions are amazing. Hold on. What are you about to do?
冗談はやめてください。
Please, stop joking around! I recognized that this was particularly unorthodox behavior, but right now this seemed like the only way to get through to her. I looked down and slowly pressed the blade against my chest. Only my body could prove what my mind had decided. My knees were fiercely trembling, and the skin touching the tip of the blade was burning hot. I could see an image of Satoko flash before my eyes. I clenched the handle of the shears with my fingers and put all my strength into them.
バカなことはやめてください。
Please, stop this nonsense!
本当にやってみせることないじゃないですか。
You don't have to do this, really.
冗談でカッコつけるならマジ怒りますよ。
Are you that angry over choke?
俺は死ぬ気なんかねえよ。
I'm prepared to face death.
今死んでたまるかよ。
I'm ready to die right now.
サトコが苦しんでるのに放り出して死ねるかよ。
If it'll ease Satoko's suffering, I'll die right here!
ならどうしてですか。
But why?
むちゃくちゃです、ケイちゃん。
Don't be reckless, Kei-chan.
俺の本心が見たいんだろ。
You wanted to see my heart, right?
俺はこの程度の傷で死なねえ。
I won't die from a wound like that.
サトコを助けなきゃならねえから俺は死なねえ。
I have to help Satoko, so I can't die! I opened my eyes for a moment. Shion was trembling as she gazed at me in disbelief.
見てろよ。
Look. After saying that, I clenched the handle tighter and pressed the blade with more force. But suddenly the blade completely stopped moving. When I opened my eyes, I saw Shion standing beside me, tightly grasping the blade of the shears.
シオン。
Shion. The sky was clear and blue. Only the sound of our tortured breathing echoed through the area. Eventually, Shion lifted her head and stared straight into my eyes.
わかった。
I understand.
信じます。ケイちゃんのサトコへの気持ち。
I believe you, Kei-chan. I believe in your feelings for Satoko.
おう。
Right.
一人で戦うなよ。
There's no need to fight this alone.
俺にも協力させてくれ、シオン。
Let's do this together, Shion. All right. Shion murmured that in a hoarse voice and nodded several times.
ケイちゃんを信じます。
I believe you, Kei-chan.
俺もシオンを信じるよ。
I believe you too, Shion.
一緒に頑張ろうぜ。
Let's do our best together.
はい。
All right.
けど次にこんな芝居がかった真似したら承知しませんからね。
But I don't know what we can do from here. Let's check out the other sprites. See, like, the alchemist sprite is like, just like, see, this is like, looks like she's like kind of curious, a mild concern. While this one looks like she's genuinely worried. I think overall, actually, the Ryukushi sprite has the most appropriate expression right here. But I think the Steam is closer than the alchemist sprite. I don't know what we can do from here. Shion relaxed her expression after saying that. Then she flicked me in the forehead. Yeah, that's appropriate for this. Yeah, definitely. Ow!
脅かした罰です。
And I love... Something I really love about Shion here. Like, I love the little touches her sprite has. Like, it looks like she's wearing makeup. Which is totally something Shion would do over Mion. Like, it looks like she's wearing a bit of lipstick right here. Consider that your punishment for making that threat. Aw. She's so sassy. Then we smiled to each other. It felt like an exchange as comrades in arms. Before I realized it, the noisy cry of the cicadas was replaced by the cool cry of the Higurashi. Again, this distinction was only made in one other arc, and it kind of blew my mind when I was reading it, that Higurashi are not exactly the same as cicadas, which kind of blew my mind. It's like, wait a minute, Higurashi and cicadas are different. Like, what? Like, that kind of blew my mind, because I always thought Higurashi were cicadas, but it was explained to me before that Higurashi were a specific type of cicadas. Were they encouraging us to charge boldly into the battlefield, despite our inferior numbers? Or maybe they were laughing at the futility of our struggle. End of a chapter, and we've only been an hour in. Okay, let's see. Yep, I'm doing 2 hours a day, just so I don't die of lack of sleep, so... So yeah, it looks like we're moving along quite nicely here. Shion and I decided that the best way to handle Satoko's situation was to appeal to the adults close to us, so we headed to the teacher's lounge. I don't know why this arc has such a bad reputation. I am loving it so far. Honestly, Keiichi and Shion did not interact enough like this in concert, rather than when she was just kind of leading him on and teasing him, and when she really pissed me off in Watanagashi. Yep, she gave, yeah, a similar to, yeah, okay. Oh, what's wrong, Maibara-kun?
委員長も一緒に何か困りごと？
And you're here with the class representative, too. Is there a problem?
Right after Chie-sensei said that, Shion immediately cut in.
申し訳ありませんが、私、ミオンじゃありません。
I'm sorry, but I'm actually not Mion. Don't you see my makeup? My hair? I actually put more than 2 seconds of thought into my fashion.
妹のシオンです。
I'm her sister, Shion.
そうですか。
Oh, is that so?
Chie-sensei was unable to hide her confusion. Her reaction wasn't unreasonable. Even I had my doubts about Shion's existence for a while.
あまりそっくりだから間違えてしまいそうですね。
You're both so similar, so I'm afraid I was mistaken.
However, Shion pressed forward with no regard for Chie-sensei's response.
聞いてほしいことがあるんです。
There's something you need to hear.
一刻を争う事態なんです。
We have a dire situation, and there's no time to lose. When she saw the passion in Shion's eyes, Chie-sensei immediately sat upright.
北条聡子は叔父である北条哲平との生活に問題を抱えています。
Satoko Hojo is having major problems living with her uncle Teppei Hojo.
穏やかではありませんね。
You seem quite serious about this.
断定できる根拠はあるのですか？
Do you have any evidence to support this allegation?
先生は聡子がずっと欠席している理由、もちろん知ってますよね。
Sensei, I'm sure you've noticed that Satoko has been absent for a while now. Do you know why? God, I love this music. I love this music right here. It sounds like jazz, but like with a Japanese instrument. Like with that like, you know, that mysterious type of jazz you see in like old-fashioned detective movies, but with a Japanese flute. I just love the way this music sounds. So unique. Do you know why?
それは皆さんにお伝えしているように病欠です。
That's because she's been sick. Or that's what I've been told.
保護者からきちんと報告を受けています。
I've received proper reports from her guardian saying as much.
あの男が保護者？
Is that man her guardian? See, I love this!
本気で言ってるんですか？
Look at this expression! It's amazing! I love this expression. Is that really what you're telling me? With Shion unwilling to shake her antagonistic demeanor, Chie-sensei continued explaining her reasoning.
噂や憶測が流れていることは先生も知っています。
I'm aware that rumors have been going around.
だからこそ現時点では冷静に状況を見極めることが適切だと考えています。
That's why I believe the best course of action at the moment is to calmly assess the situation.
それじゃこのまま何もせずに聡子をほったらかしてことですか？
Well then, does that mean you're going to leave Satoko like this without doing anything about it?
いいえ。まずは北条さんのお宅に伺って状況を率直に伺うつもりです。
No. First off, I'm going to head to Hojo-san's house and speak frankly with him about the situation.
That didn't go so well into Tatarigoroshi when you did that, Chie.
保護者ずらして丸め込むに決まってます。
And look at this expression. Like, let me just switch around for you guys. This one almost looks kind of silly a bit here. And she just looks like mildly peeved here. But I really love how fierce and determined she looks here. I love Shion's sprites in Steam. I love every single one of them. Except for the hand part, but the face, I mean. And the detail on the body. And Chie's Steam looks really sweet. Seriously. He's going to pretend to be a proper guardian like always!
シオン、落ち着け。
Shion, calm down.
今は先生の話を聞こう。
Let's listen to Sensei for now. We were getting carried away by our childlike notion of justice. Emotions alone won't help Satoko. Quite the opposite. This is the time when tangible support is necessary. Besides, now that Chie-sensei is involved, maybe it will move things forward a little.
先生は投げやりな態度を決め込むような人じゃない。
Sensei, you're not the sort of person to dismiss concerns so lightly.
サトコのことを真剣に考えてくれるはずだ。
We need to give Satoko's situation proper consideration.
先生、そうですよね。
Right, Sensei?
そうですね。
That's right.
今はあれこれ思い悩むような彼氏もいないわけですし、
あの
せめて可愛い生徒の将来については先生も一緒に考えさせてほしいと思っていますよ。
Goddamn pauses.
I'm not about to let some man get in the way. It's my responsibility as a teacher to think about the future of my adorable students.
Shion finally started to smile and relax her shoulders.
わかりました。
I understand.
問題となる事実が少しでも見受けられた場合は断固たる処置を取るつもりです。
If I notice any real problems, even something minor, I'm willing to take decisive action.
Shion dubiously frowned. Chie-sensei put a hand on her shoulder to try and calm her.
時には人に頼り信じることも大切ですよ。
Sometimes it's important to depend on others and to believe in them.
私はそれも勇気だと思っています。
I think it takes courage to do that.
信じていいんですよね、先生。
We can believe in you, Sensei?
先生が嘘ついたことありますか？
Have I ever lied to you?
I gently shook my head. We hadn't known each other for very long, but it seemed long enough. I thought so anyway.
この件は先生に預からせてください。
Please, let me handle this.
前原君と委員長の妹さんは心配しないこと。
Barbara-kun, and you too, Shion. Don't worry about this.
You see, I love... Really, Archie? I think Rena and Oishi especially are fantastic in Steam. Oishi actually looks like he is actually a former cop. Oishi actually looks intimidating, like he should, instead of really scrawny in the Alchemist sprites. I think Steam Oishi is one of the best ones. And Rena, Steam Rena just looks so adorable. Really. Mion, I agree. And Tucano, I think I like them equally as much. Steam Tucano and Alchemist Tucano, I think I like equally as much. But Mion, I agree, Alchemist is better. Yep.
Please let me handle this, my Varakun. And you too, Shion. Don't worry about this.
Chie-sensei pounded her chest as she said that, as if to say,
I'll take care of everything.
though I was convinced by Chie-sensei's words at first. After witnessing the cruel response of the adults, we couldn't hide our disappointment. Proper adults have developed skill at hiding their true intentions, so we can't leave everything to the adults here. We need to do something for Satoko with our own hands. Unable to stand idly by any longer, Shion and I set a course towards the Hojo house, where we'd find Satoko. Burning frustration filled my mind. I couldn't think about anything else. I moved forward like a robot, mechanically repeating the motions necessary to move my legs, driving myself forward. Oh my god, the Ryukashi Takano with that crazy looking nurse outfit that looks like a Halloween costume. Oh my god. Oh my god, apparition. That certainly does exist, I'll say that. Mechanically repeating the motions necessary to move my legs, driving myself forward. What am I going to do when I meet Satoko? I have no plans, no ideas. Am I just going to grab Satoko's hand and run away? Acting like a hero. In a sense, Mion may have been right about that. I've lived a peaceful life filled with a callous notion of justice. I know that it's not worth waiting for a happy ending. Enough of that. Don't go thinking unnecessary things. I'll do what I can. That alone should be enough. Kei-chan. I returned to my senses after suddenly hearing my name. Looking back, Shion was standing far off into the distance.
何してんだよ、シオン。
What are you doing, Shion?
出花をくじくようで申し訳ないんですけど。
Shion, I'm sorry. I just love her sprites here so much. I'm sorry to kill the mood, but...
だからなんだよ。
But what?
こんなとこでグズグズやってる暇ないだろ。
We don't have time to be stalling like this, do we?
念のためですけど。
Just to make sure.
さとこの家の場所をご存知ですか？
You know how to get to Satoko's house, right? Huh?
さとこの家はこっちですよ。
Satoko's house is this way. Shion pointed her finger in the opposite direction.
そうなのか。
Really?
すまん。神社の奥のイメージが抜けなくて。
Yeah, sorry. This view from the back of the shrine is unmistakable. I was getting careless. What was I thinking? Continue to walk forward without considering my destination. I was so impatient that I didn't take the time to examine my surroundings. When Shion saw my face turn red, she couldn't help but laugh.
いや、それにだ。
No, besides...
一回自分の家に寄っておこうと思ってたし。
I was thinking about stopping at my house on the way. That's why I was going that way. No other reason. It's not like I thought Satoko lived that way. I really should face my mistakes with honor like a man, but instead I ended up making excuses. What did being a man even mean in the first place? As I thought about that...
とりあえず茶でも飲んで一息入れて。
For now, we ought to take a break and have a cup of tea.
喧嘩腰で乗り込んでもしょうがないだろ。
Even if we get there, acting belligerent won't help anything, right? Oh, Shion! Oh, hello, Sailor Moon. Welcome to the stream. PS2, really? That's a very interesting choice, Sailor Moon. There's barely any difference between the PS2 and PS3 sprites.
なんだよ。
What is it?
だってケイちゃんのお家もそっちじゃないですよね。
Oh my god, Keiichi! Damn! 2 for 2, or 0 for 2 rather. Oh my god. Same, Sailor Moon. Same. Shion, back in the days when I was doing a text playthrough of Higurashi, I had nicknames for everybody. Rena was my baby girl. And Shion was my soul sister. I love Shion so goddamn much. Keiichi was Sweetie Guy. I forgot, and Rika was Blueberry, and I forgot what I nicknamed Satoko. Damn, I wish I remembered, because I know I gave her a really appropriate one. I'll look it up later. Kei-chan, your house isn't that way either, is it? I took my excuses too far. What was I thinking? We're losing our fighting spirit.
笑ってしまってごめんなさい。
I'm sorry for laughing at you. Firefly! That's what I called Satoko. Brave little firefly. Absolutely, Sailor Moon. No. Oh my god, Sailor Moon, you and I think alike. Shion is absolutely the most relatable, to me, character in Higurashi. I love Shion so goddamn much. Yeah, you and I think alike, Sailor Moon. Absolutely. I love Shion so much. I love how brave she is. And I love how emotional and strong she is rather, and I love the she's very fallible. She makes mistakes. You know, she does some very bad things, but you know, she redeems herself in the end. And I just really love Shion so much. I'm sorry for laughing at you, but I love her passion and her, like, seriously, I just love how passionate she is and how strongly she fights for what she believes in.
でもケイちゃんがすごく熱い人だってことが分かりました。
But I understand that you're a passionate person, Kei-chan.
だからお姉はケイちゃんのこと。
That's why, sis.
ミオンがなんだ？
Huh? What's this about Mion?
なんでもないです。
It's nothing. Once again, the running gag.
さあ、サトコの家に急ぎましょう。
Of Keiichi not knowing that Mion has a crush on him. Anyway, let's hurry to Satoko's house.
私が案内しますね。
I'll show you the way. No! Shion beckoned me forward with a smile on her face.
なんならお手手引きましょうか。
God. She is so badass. You can hold my hand if you like.
もう勘弁してくれよ。
Give me a break.
ケイちゃんって照れ屋ですね。
Kei-chan, you're so shy.
悪かったな、子供で。
That was bad. I was acting like a child.
いいえ、ケイちゃんの純粋さとかまっすぐなところ、私すごく羨ましいです。
Yeah, that's what she likes in a guy. Because knowing who she loves. No, Kei-chan, you're innocent and straightforward. I envy that.
なんか褒め殺しっぽいぞ。
Somehow that seems like a backhanded compliment.
本心ですよ。
She really does mean that sincerely, Keiichi. I mean that sincerely.
でも気をつけてくださいね。
But please be careful, okay?
気をつける？
Be careful.
後をつけられている
Because
ってこともありますから。
someone is starting to get attached. Her advice suddenly made me feel uneasy. It couldn't be, but I softly covered my body. It felt like it was being watched. A faint smile seemed to float out. Was that my imagination, or... We passed through the relaxing country scenery, then found the Hojo house in a clearing before a dense forest. An intense rage welled up inside me as I thought about the hardships Satoko was enduring in there. I rang the doorbell, but there was no response. An eerie silence surrounded the Hojo house. No way. It felt like a disturbing premonition. Uh-oh.
ちょっとそんなに乱暴に押したら壊れてしまいますよ。
Hold on. If you keep pressing it like that, you'll break it. Shion's advice went in one ear and out the other. My anger and restlessness drove me to ring the bell several times more. But again, there was no response. I came all the way here, but I won't turn away without accomplishing anything. See, now this track is also so atmospheric. I love this track too. I've already launched myself into a bold attack.
ゲイちゃん
And look at the lighting. Seriously, I love the lighting on all these sprites. They managed to change the lighting for evening, for sunset, on all the sprites. Wow, that is amazing. Kei-chan,
そんなことしたら不法侵入になりますよ。
if you go any farther, you'll be trespassing.
警察だろうがなんだろうがもう関係ないさ。
Who cares about the police? That doesn't matter anymore.
ですよね。喧嘩上等。
She thinks that's hot. Of course. Bring it on! The kind of line I'd expect to see engraved on a motorcycle gang member's jacket flew out of Shion's mouth. Wow, that's due to 07th mod. Nagels, that is incredible. 07th mod did the lighting effects on the sprites. Wow, another point for them. Seriously, they did amazing work on this. This looks so good. I was able to see something that I couldn't see before. When the pressure is on, Shion looks very reliable. Shion and I took a deep breath, then headed out toward the garden. The living room curtains were swaying. It looked like the window was open. I hid myself in the shadow of a bush, then looked intently towards the swinging curtain. A gentle breeze blew through the air, and the curtain fluttered along with it. Beyond that, Satoko was inside. Satoko! I'm sorry, I keep changing my pronunciation of her name. I'm sorry. I couldn't take it anymore. I got up from my position.
待ってください。
Please, wait. Shion stood firmly in my path to cut me off. Are you going to stop me at the last moment, Shion? Just as I opened my mouth to protest.
こういう時はレディーファーストってやつでしょ。
God, Shion, you're so badass! Oh my God, Shion, absolute queen! Isn't a gentleman supposed to say ladies first at a time like this?
Huh?
Huh? I was stunned for a moment by her unexpected response. Shion, on the other hand, wore a playful grin. I see, she was trying to calm me down. Indeed, I'd lose control if I didn't stay calm. So I took a deep breath to compose myself. Then, once I steadied myself, I jumped over the bush and pushed myself forward. And a moment later, I set my foot down inside.
Huh? なんねお前ら
What are you punks doing?
勝手に入ってきて何やっとんじゃほら
You think you can just barge in like that?
I was confronted by Tefe's vulgar voice the moment I stepped in through the curtains. Holy shit, Jace. I wasn't afraid of his threats. Damn, they're gonna confront him right here and now! They ain't wasting no time. But I want to help Satoko. That was the one thing racing through my heart at the moment.
ケイチさん
Keiichi-san.
サトコ
Satoko. But just then, the door to the next room suddenly slid open, and the moist cigarette smoke wafted in. The man in the doorway spoke without looking at us.
てっちゃん
Touch-on.
ビールもう一本追加じゃねえや
You need another beer? Oh god, it's his fucking flunkies. Inside, several clearly drunken men were sitting around a mahjong table covered in liquor. These bastards. These bastards. Even though Satoko is right here on the other side of the sliding door, why don't they care? These bastards aren't people. They're rotten thugs. That moment, I was enraged. I clenched my fist, dripping in sweat, then took a step forward. Tepe's sprites, by the way, did not show up until the answer arcs, normally. So this is very interesting seeing them in the question arcs right now. The men came out of the living room to help Tepe. Then they surrounded Shion and I.
なんね人んちに出しゃばるもんやなかぜ
What are y'all doing in here?
ここはてっちゃんの家なんじゃからの
There's Touch-on's house.
切れる重大か
Unruly teenagers.
おお怖っとうね
Whoa, I'm so afraid.
世も末じゃねえ
The world is a cruel place.
何が世も末だ
What do you mean the world is a cruel place?
お前らみたいな大人がのさばってるからこの世はどんどん腐ってくんだよ
Adults like you are the reason the world has gone to hell!
んじゃとふ
Whoa.
ざけた口聞いとっとおじさんらも黙っとうな
Oh
いね
god, Keiichi, now is not the time. You should keep your mouth shut around your elders.
一つお仕置きしてやっとうか
It's time for your punishment. Oh god.
この野郎
You bastards!
ただじゃおかね
Is that all you've got? By that point, my patience was completely exhausted. The fire burning in my heart spread to my entire body. I swung at Tepe with lightning speed. Oh god, Keiichi. However, I was outnumbered here. The four of them came at me all at once. Right then, I lamented my frail, childlike physique was no match for the power of these adults. Oh god, Keiichi is gonna get massacred. He's gonna get Minagoroshi. Oh god. Gah.
偉そうこと減っと
Self-righteous punk!
わしに盾ついたらどんな目に遭うかとことん分からせてやったね
Open your eyes. I want to see the look in your eyes.
Repulsive laughter filled my ears. I opened my eyes a crack. Tepe swung his fist around wildly. Don't admit defeat in a place like this. Show those men Keiichi my butter! I twisted my body and put all my strength into pushing Tepe away. The force caused Tepe's body to crash into the cupboard. Tepe seemed to take a bad blow from that. He struggled with a look of rage in his eyes as he got back up.
この野郎が
You bastard!
ぶっ殺じゃろが
I'll kill you! Oh god. I managed to stand up somehow, but someone caught my arm and pulled me back. He tossed me down to the floor and continued beating me. I turned to look away from the source of my suffering. In the corner of the room, Shion had her arm around Satoko's shoulders, saying, it's all right. She rubbed her back. Oh god, so in this fragment, she remembered her promise to Satoshi. Oh my god. Satoko was staring off into the distance with a vacant look in her eyes, and her mouth was hanging open. Someone was furiously knocking at the front door. Satoko's eyes opened wide as she turned towards the door. It sounded like the lock on the door was about to break open.
入江です
It's Irie.
大丈夫ですか
Is everything all right?
誰かいるんですか
Is anyone there? Oh my god, he probably saved all their lives. Was that the coach's voice? I guess that must be Irie at the door. Shion quickly got up and ran to the front door.
Hold it!
勝手に開けたらぶち殺すぞら
If you open that, I'll cure you!
Tepe's vile voice filled the room, but his cry was in vain. Shion hastily unlocked the front door and invited the visitor inside. Then Shion escorted Ide into the room. Ide was stunned by the spectacle before his eyes.
これは
What is this?
おや入江先生ですかいね
Oh, well, if it isn't Dr. E.
何かご用でも
Do you need something?
わざわざこんなむさ苦しいところにおいでなすってすみませんね
It must be such a pain to come all the way out here. Sorry about that.
車で通りかかったのですが、お宅からものすごい音が聞こえてきまして。
I was just driving by when I heard terrible noises coming from your house.
これは一体どういうことですか？
What on earth is going on in here?
おみ足汚れちまったらいかんね
Your shoes are making a mess of the place.
ほらさとこ
Hey, Sadoko!
ぼさっとしてねえでスリッパでも何でも持ってこいや
Bring this man some slippers.
うちには先生のお口に合うようなスタイリッシュって言うんですか
Something stylish to match the doctor's way of speaking.
おはいそなもんなありゃせんけどね遠慮なくくすれでってくださいな
This place isn't very classy, but please make yourself comfortable.
お気遣いは結構です。
I appreciate your concern.
それより事情を聞かせていただきたい。
But more than that, I'd like to hear your explanation for all this.
いやねちょいとこいつらが勝手に押しかけてきよってやんちゃしでかしてたんですわ
There's nothing. These kids snuck in without my permission and caused a ruckus.
最近のガキは礼儀を知らんというか一発にしゃらくせえ口聞いてけったいな世の中になったもんですな
Kids these days have no manners. They refuse to listen. I have no idea what in the world they were thinking.
彼らが部屋を荒らしたとは私には考えられませんね。
I can't imagine they would vandalize a room like this.
いやこっちもねカッとなったと言いますか
Nah, I just gave him a harsh scolding.
昔かだぎな男なもんで手が出ちまうってこともね
I'm an old-fashioned man. I never even lifted a hand to them. Okay?
ちょっと懲らしめてやっただけですわ
I just wanted them to learn their lesson.
Tepe hesitated as he said that, not wanting to make Irie upset. The fire in my chest started to cool off. Now that Irie is here, surely Satoko will be okay. Irie was different from the other adults. He was the kind of person who cared deeply about Satoko. Just as I thought that, I heard an unexpected word that caused me to freeze over.
なんでもないんです。
Oh God, Satoko. My brave little firefly. Oh God.
It's nothing.
It was Satoko. There, as I stood there in astonishment, she gazed at me with a focused expression. As if to convey that nothing else needed to be said.
サトコ、お前なんでそんなデタラメ言うんだ？
Satoko, why are you saying this nonsense?
ケイチさんとシオンさんは誤解をしていましたよ。
Keiichi-san, Shion-san. It was just a misunderstanding.
心配なさっているようなことは一切ございませんの。
There's nothing to worry about.
だからもうお帰りになってくださいな。
So please go home right now.
サトコ、
Satoko!
お前そんな強がり言ってる場合じゃないだろう。
You don't have to put on a courageous front.
聞こえませんでした？
Did you not hear me?
お帰りになってくださいと申し上げているのでございますわ。
Please, I asked you to go home.
Satoko's eyes were shining, with even more strength that she said that to me. Her words were the complete opposite of what I expected. Thank you very much, Keiichi-san, but enough already. Oh God. The corner of Satoko's mouth rose just enough to offer a vague smile. Is there nothing I can do for you? All you have to do is nod, and I'll jump right into the fire. So don't ask me to stop helping you. Scrape, scrape. I faintly heard a noise, a disturbing sound. When I looked back, I noticed Shion standing there. Scrape, scrape, scrape. Shion was clenching her teeth. Oh God, Shion. With an incredible amount of force, like trying to slice through thick cuts of meat with a butcher's knife.
Maebara-san, Shion-san.
Maebara-san, Shion-san. That's enough for today. Okay? On Irie's suggestion, we reluctantly left the Hojo house. The clatter of Teppei's belongings echoed as though they were laughing at us. In that moment, for the first time in my entire life, I knew what it meant to hate another person. All I could think about was wishing death upon the person I hated. My heart was filled with hatred, regret, despair, and an indescribable sorrow. Shion and I were riding in Irie's car. Relaxing classical music was playing on the radio, yet I couldn't hear those melodies. The only sound that echoed in my ear was Satoko's voice, saying it's nothing over and over. Shion was also sitting silently. Oh, sorry, I knocked the microphone a bit there. I looked at the scenery out the window, but it felt like I was seeing it for the first time in a long time. What will happen to Satoko from now on? As if we're powerless to do anything about this. How will that change the future? I know that Satoko needs help, but if we force anything on her, it would only be a temporary solution. That was frustrating and difficult to accept. There was little room for us to intervene in another family's problems. Plus, according to Rena, Satoko had lied to the Okonomiya Child Consultation Center in the past, which made it difficult for them to exercise any of their power. It's difficult to trust a person who has lied to you. That much is easy to understand. But without any sort of solution, no progress will ever be made. An unpleasant sensation ate at my heart as I blamed myself. The more I thought about it, the more I believed this would end in tragedy. No one had spoken a word for a while now. There was no sense putting it into words, because it hurt to remind ourselves how little we could do.
やるだけ無駄。
Anything you try would be useless.
そう思ってるんだよね、
You feel the same way, don't you?
みーちゃんは。
Mi-chan?
そこまでは思ってないけど、状況は優しくないよ。
I wouldn't go quite that far, but the situation isn't so simple.
That earlier conversation with Rena and Mion came to mind. Rena was throwing out harsh words in frustration, and Mion was speaking negatively like she had already given up. At the time, I was offended by the way both of them were acting. So I went with Shion to the Hojo house. But in the end, what could I do? What difference did it make? What if we did wasn't actually helpful for Satoko at all, and only a way of forcing our one-sided notion of goodwill upon her? As I thought that, I saw an expression of mixed feelings on Irie's face. The words he chose earlier were safe and ambiguous, clearly demonstrating that his real intentions lied elsewhere. Then he silently looked down towards us, probably realizing that any attempt to debate it with us would be useless. After a sigh, Irie tried to console us with a few kind words.
悲しく、あまりに残酷な話ですが、
It's so sad. It's such a cruel story.
私たちの決意や努力、尽力には限界があります。
Despite all our strength, determination, and effort, there's a limit to what we can do.
残酷ですが、それが事実です。
It's cruel, but it's a fact.
納得できないという前原さんの気持ちはわかります。
I know how you feel, Maibara-san. I understand that you can't accept it.
私だって聡子ちゃんは可愛い。
It's the same for me. Satoko-chan is so cute.
誰よりも幸せになってほしいと思っています。
I want her to be happier than anyone in the world.
聡子の幸せを願うなら、あの男から引き離そうとするんじゃないんですか。
If you want Satoko to be happy, why don't you take her away from that man?
監督の言ってることはめちゃくちゃです。
What you're saying doesn't add up.
Unable to suppress my raging emotions, I blurted out an unreasonable response. But Irie remained calm and continued in a quiet tone.
ですが、何が彼女にとっての幸せなのか、
But would that actually make her happy?
それを他人である私たちが決めてかかるということはおこがましい。
It's impossible for us to decide that on our own.
それこそ神の領域です。
That's actually squarely in the purview of the gods.
神頼みなんて悠長なこと言ったら
Are you saying we leave this in the hands of the gods?
My excitement drove me into a coughing fit, so Irie handed me a white handkerchief. As I held it close and coughed into it, the sadness and regret coalescing in my chest burned at the back of my throat.
大丈夫、大丈夫ですよ。
It's all right. It'll be all right. Even that thought irked me. Making me feel more miserable.
俺は聡子に何もしてやれない。
There's nothing I can do for Satoko.
それが悔しくて。
This is so frustrating.
I suddenly began to shed tears.
大丈夫、大丈夫ですよ。
It's all right. It's all right.
理不尽な痛みに対して人間ができる唯一の癒しは感情的になることだけです。
Becoming emotional is the only way humans can cope with unreasonable pain.
前原さんが羨ましいです。
I envy you, Maibara-san.
許されるなら私のこの手で全てを。
I hope you can forgive me for everything.
監督、
Irie?
何を言ってるんだろう。
About what you were saying.
私にはそんな資格などすでにないというのに。
There are certain things that God just can't say or do. Irie made a self-tortured smile. I thought I could see a sharp glimmer in his eyes through his glasses.
何の話をしてるんですか。
What are you talking about?
前原さんには真実を打ち明けます。
I'll tell you the truth, Maibara-san.
Huh?
聡子ちゃんがあのような環境に置かれながらそれを排除する努力をしない理由。
The reason Sadako-chan doesn't make any effort to escape a hostile environment.
それは贖罪なんです。
She sees it as her atonement. Atonement?
聡子ちゃんはサトシ君がいなくなってしまったことを自分のせいだと思っています。
Sadako-chan believes that she was responsible for Satoshi-kun's disappearance.
だからおじとの生活を耐え忍ぶことで罪に対する罰を受けていると考えてしまっているんです。
So she thinks that being forced to endure this life with her uncle is a punishment for that sin. What are you saying? Now that Satoshi has disappeared, that bastard can just do whatever he pleases? Why should Satoko have to shoulder that sin? She didn't do anything.
そんなことをしても誰も喜ばない。
That doesn't help anyone. Suddenly, Shion cried out.
誰一人喜ばない。
Nobody is happy with this.
サトシ君がいれば。
Oh,
サトシ君さえ。
Shion! If only Satoshi-kun was here. Satoshi-kun was... Huge teardrops scattered as Shion began sobbing. I couldn't think of anything to say to her. Even if I said something supportive, there was nothing I could do to back it up. How are we any different from the adults who refused to say anything, or Mion who declared it all to be useless? Feelings alone are useless. They have no meaning unless they lead to action. The only reliable way to help Satoko is by raw force. However, that would be an extremely dangerous method. Still, emotions alone aren't sufficient to fight this. The dice have already been thrown. I can't leave Satoko's fate in the hands of dice thrown by someone else. In that case, I just shake the dice myself. It's do or die, Keiichi Maibara! I rolled an invisible die in my hand, then held it tight. I'm going all in. Do or die. Whether I get lucky or whether things go poorly, this may end with a dead man. As that thought filled my mind, I couldn't help but tremble, because my heart was being lost to fear of the unknown. Here we go. Okay, you guys. I think that was a good chapter break right there. I don't think we're gonna get another chapter break like that soon. So yeah, I think that'll be it for today. I think we are getting a good. I think we're going at a good pace, actually. Sometimes we might go a little further, longer, and sometimes we might go a little earlier. But you know, we did two chapters there, I think. Let me just save. These are my old saves for Tedai Mawashi, by the way. Right here. It really has been fun revisiting Higurashi. I am loving seeing more of Shion. You really think I might be able to finish this in the next stream or the one after? You really think that, OA? Holy shit. No, it's gotta be no way. Yeah, it's gonna be at least 2 more streams, but we are moving at a very good place. 3, you think? 2 or 3. Yeah, either way, I think we're gonna be finished with this arc next week, so... Yeah, we're gonna be finished with this arc next week. So if you don't like this arc, there's going to be another one very soon. Very soon. We're going to be moving on to Yoigoshi after this. So, I can't wait. Honestly, people have said not good things about this arc, but I am enjoying this quite a bit so far. I am loving all the Shion moments here. Basically, this is, Tatarigoroshi if Shion got involved more. Basically what it's going for. And, I am really enjoying this. So I'll see you guys for Higurashi, some more Higurashi, Tsukiotoshi in 2 days, and tomorrow we're going to jump back into Fata Morgana. Until then, I will say, so long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, good night. You are all the sweetest of hearts. See ya.